The moment I have been waiting for. Yet, there is a voice inside me that tells, can I do it properly? What if I mess it up? Then there is another voice that speaks, stop. You have said this before, but you did it, didn't you? Sounds familiar, right? The inner tug of war, one voice full of doubt, another full of belief. This struggle continues till date for me. I wish I have someone by my side 24/7 who makes me believe in myself, lifts me, and reminds me I can. Can I have such a friend? Yes. Life taught me that friend has to be me. During my college years, I faced series of failure. Failed in few subjects in first year, slipped into depression, and started believing I'm good for nothing. Just a year ago, I was Shweta, the merit student and all-rounder, and now I was Shweta, the failure. It was hard to move on. Second year, I failed again. I was numb. Eventually, I had to take a drop year. And every single day, I hated being with myself. I became my harshest critic, constantly pulling myself down. Months passed. I was just eating, sleeping, and wishing I could disappear. I took medical help. During this phase, a dear friend handed me a book, Success is Never Ending, Failure is Never Final, by Robert Harold Schuller. I read it. Something changed inside me. Not overnight, but gently. I learned this failure is not an end. It's just a feedback. With this newfound outlook and my family's support, I bounced back. When I joined college again, I wanted to be an all-rounder. So I played volleyball, not just for my college, but also for the university team. Presented papers at different intercollegiate events. Some pitied me, some labeled me, and some said, shouldn't she be studying? Yet, I followed what my heart aspired to. What once felt impossible turned into reality. I topped third year. And it surprised me too. That's when I realized the power of I can. It wasn't just a phrase, it was a proof. Life, though, has its own rhythm. After every high comes a dip. Just when I thought I'd figured it out, new challenges appeared. And the old voice returned. Can I? Can I trust myself? Can I let go of my past? Can I grow without comparison? I tried ignoring these voices, but they kept echoing back. And I thought, I can't just ignore them. I must analyze them. After all, I'm an engineer, right? I noticed I bounced back. Inside, I was still running and hiding. Running after applause, acceptance, and approval, and hiding from myself. My I can felt hollow. It didn't have the I in it. So I paused to reflect on my journey. During this process, I started listing down my achievements from childhood, small ones, tiny ones. At it felt silly. I want a pen in second standard. But it wasn't just about the pen. It was the effort, the doubt, and the joy of proving myself I can. Each memory whispered, "You have done it earlier, you can do it now." My "can I" shifted gradually into "yes, I can." Through everything that happened, I realized awareness alone isn't enough. Life tests us again and again. I wondered, how can I stay connected with my strength every single day? I had a strange habit of looking into the mirror and talking to myself. And that's how mirror became my reminder tool. Standing in front of mirror, looking into my own eyes, I started saying words I often said to others. I care for you. I believe in you. I'm proud you didn't give up. At first, it felt awkward. I mean, how often do we actually look at ourselves with love? Later, I learned that Louise Hay, a pioneer in self-love, taught saying "I love you" to yourself, looking in the mirror, can transform the relationship of with who you truly are. And yes, it did. I started looking at myself differently because the person who most needs to believe in you is you. I started believing in myself. My mind was strong, but my body was not in sync. I wanted it to be, because unless the body is healthy, just having strong mind isn't enough. So I began, just with my breath. Simple, rhythmic yogic breathing. Initially, it felt mechanical. 6 count, inhale. 3 count, hold. 6 count, exhale. 3 count, hold. Gradually, each inhale brought clarity, and each exhale softened the burden of thoughts that pulled me down. I added walk, cycling, dancing, and even meditation, sometimes in group. I reconnected with my body, became mindful of what I ate, not restricting but nourishing. Even replacing a meal with fruits helped me feel more comfortable and lighter. With all these additions, I felt more confident in how I carried myself. Over time, my mind, my body, and my purpose aligned. I truly felt alive. I was doing good, professionally and personally, aiming higher. Yet, that punch, that emotional commitment was missing. Something was holding me from inside, not allowing me to be who truly I am. I noticed it is something very deep inside that needs to be uncovered, and perhaps the hardest: forgiveness. I held anger for myself, for others, and toward life. So I began a 3-step process mentally. Forgive others, seek forgiveness from others, and forgive myself. Every time I did, I felt lighter, not on the scale, but within. Over time, I understood forgiveness is not about forgetting. It is about accepting, acknowledging, releasing, and learning from the situation. I do forgiveness for myself, for my peace, and for my goals, not for others. Forgiveness doesn't change the past. It changes the weight that we carry and helps us move lighter. In spite of all this, some fear would silently and unexpectedly creep in. I decided to notice them, catch them before they took over. I would write them onto a paper and release them by tearing. Expressive writing, as suggested by psychologists like James Pennebaker, that helps release emotion. Then I would stand in front of mirror and affirm what I truly wanted instead. This simple act of noticing, releasing, and reaffirming helped me choose my thought and not overwhelmed by them. I finally became my best friend, not through a sudden change, but through small, consistent act of love, care, and awareness. Every time I chose kindness over criticism, forgiveness over blame, love over fear, I came closer to myself and my goals. This loop never really ends. I can. Can I? Yes, I can. And every loop lives take me through shapes me to grow kinder, stronger, wiser, and more resilient. So when life whispers you, can you? Pause. Smile. Take a deep breath and gently say, yes, I can. Thank you.